Alright, so today is Saturday, day one of GoFest. My ticket is for tomorrow, so this is my pre-going to GoFest evaluation. I flew in this morning. I've been all over Chicago. The research challenge has been going on, so I tried doing a lot of that. There are tons of Pokemon. There was a bunch of Lugia raids going on. I did not get a chance to hit any of them. And there weren't any connection issues all day running around Chicago. And I do mean running around Chicago. I just got back from 6.5 mile walk. Went to go see St. Mary of the Angels and back. And I took over the Pokemon gym while I was there because, why not? I'm still super excited about this. As I have been walking around town, especially as I am closer to Lincoln Park, I have lots of people look, stare, point at my shirt, which I suppose I should let you guys see what I'm wearing here. Yeah. Yes. Pikachu and Ponyta done in Legend of Zelda style. I haven't heard about any problems yet, and from everything I've seen of videos of the YouTubers who got to go in and see it before it was finished, it looks like cell towers, so all of that looks great. I'm a bit beat now, so we shall see how things go tomorrow. And GoFest is over. It has actually been a week past now, and I'm not going to be including any of the video of immediately after the event. And let me explain why first. I was exhausted. I definitely did not give myself enough time to recover, because what ended up happening was I flew into Chicago Saturday morning, walked around the Chicago O'Hare Airport, which is huge for those who have never been there. Could not find taxis. I don't think I ever went to the right place, because I'm sure there are plenty. So I ended up finally finding the train station underneath the airport, the subway, taking that to get to my hotel, which included some walking. And then after I got to the hotel, I decided to go for a walk and hit St. Mary of the Angels, which is beautiful, absolutely breathtaking. I took over the gym while I was there, and walking back to the hotel. So at the end of Saturday, I had walked 10 miles. Yay, nice little step counter there, and was exhausted. I went to sleep. I woke up at 5 a.m. and could not fall back asleep again. So after getting myself repacked, getting myself dressed, repacking again, I went ahead and left my hotel, went to breakfast, had a nice good breakfast, went to the park, and waited for GoFest to start. I did GoFest. I then left, took the buses and trains back to the airport, and waited for my flight. I came home. I didn't make it home. Thank God my husband was there to pick me up. I didn't make it home until after 1 a.m. on Monday morning. I got up at 5 a.m. and took my roommate to work, and then went into the office at around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and continued working. So that did not leave nearly enough time to recover from all that. And although I want to go over everything I went over with those, you can just look at me and I look like I'm dying. And pretty much I was. I was so exhausted, so run down. And I hadn't had a chance to refresh and recharge until really now. It's Sunday again, the Sunday after, and I've been able to rest and recharge and recover. So, GoFest. I had gotten an email about GoFest about a week before the event to remind me of, make sure to stay hydrated, don't worry about getting up super early, there aren't any lines, just show up at the park, it'll start at 10. It didn't start at 10. At about 9:15, 9:20, people started noticing that the stops were suddenly out in GoFest. There were a lot of us just sitting around waiting. So around 9:15, 9:20, the stop showed up, and you were able to spin them. It asked for your QR code. You scan that, boom, good, it's started. And immediately you're given the quest to get Celebi. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I wasn't paying that close attention, and I still had my regular walking buddy, which is Mew, which I had another 5 kilometers to walk before he'd get a candy, and that was a mistake on my part. So I started hitting the Pokestops, I started catching the Pokemon, and boom, 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 the quest is being worked on, and then I decided, okay, let's start moving towards the opposite end. And sometime into that I realized that, oh crap, I need to switch out my companion. And I did, and I got the Celebi quest done. I ended up through the day, and again I walked from my hotel to the park, which was only a quarter mile. But at the end of the day, after the airport and everything, I checked my meter, and I was at 10 miles on Sunday, on top of the 10 miles on Saturday. And I was exhausted. I walk about a mile a day, easily, each morning. But my body was not ready for that. It was not prepared for it. And especially where I didn't sleep well the night before, most of that probably being from excitement. Yay, GoFest. Could not believe it. Didn't help. Also, I'm horrible about eating. Now this is me. If you're good about remembering to feed yourself, great. You won't be as exhausted as me. If you remember to pace yourself and, change your Pokemon when you need to, you won't be as exhausted as I was. If you decide, hey, let's not walk 3 miles to see a church just to walk 3 miles to go back, and instead take a cab or a bus or something, you won't be as exhausted. But I was. I would definitely do GoFest again. I had a lot of fun. It was wonderful for me being out there doing the quests, having a whole day devoted to playing Pokemon Go. I loved that. But there were things that I was expecting to experience that I didn't, and things that I did not expect. So let me kind of go over some of those more con things. Oh, by the way, before I get into that, there weren't connectivity issues that I saw or that I saw other people having at all in the park on that day. Okay, just want to get that one out there, because that was the major failure of Pokemon Fest one. All the people I knew of who had done videos, who had talked about their experience with GoFest, said that the redeeming thing was that they made so many friends. Nobody really talked to me. And I would start up conversations, and I was trying to be helpful. I mean, I was working on, there's a point in the Celebi quest line where you need to capture, you've already caught Celebi, but you're supposed to capture Plusles and Minnows. And someone asked me if I'd seen any Minims recently, and I said no, not for a while. I saw one like 30 minutes ago and haven't seen one since. And she went on to conversing with, the group of people she was with. Great, fine. And we were actually we were near each other walking from, I think it was north to south at that point. I went north, I started at north, went south, went back up north, went back down south. I exhausted myself, I really did. And as we were walking, and she's near me, and we're near the same pace, both kind of taking our time, catching Pokemon and stuff, a Minim showed up nearby. And I stopped to catch it and kind of pull off to the side so that I'm not in the direct pathway of people going, and I go, ma'am, there's a Minim right over there. And she looks at her screen and she's like, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. Thank you. Hey, and I can't remember the guy's name, some guy she was with, could have been her husband or whatever. I'm just going to call him George for now. Hey, George, this wonderful woman just pointed out there's a Minim right over here. And they caught it. Great. I didn't think I was that wonderful. I mean, she and I had almost a conversation about the fact that she needed Minims and I hadn't have seen any. Now I was seeing one and she's right there. It's not like I, hunted her down, went searching through the thousands of people to find her again. No, we're both there. We both need it. I was in the process of trying to catch it myself because I'm at that same point. Giving her the heads up, hey, by the way, it's here, doesn't hurt me anything. When I was sitting down beneath a tree when I turned in the quest and I could catch Celebi. And the phone automatically goes to AR mode, just like with Mew. I normally don't catch in AR mode. And so here I am trying to get some good pictures and moving my phone and doing this and doing that. And two women not 5 feet away. And they're in the exact same boat and they're trying to do it and they're trying to catch it. And they do. And I tell them congratulations. And a minute goes by and then they're like, oh, I should have done an AR photo. I should have had you do an AR photo of me with Celebi. And I went, ma'am, I just did some AR photos of me catching Celebi, of my getting Celebi, and you are in them just because you're right there. Would you like me to text you those pictures so that you can have pictures of you with Celebi? Although they were looking right at me, nothing. So these people going on about, oh, I made such great friends. I didn't have that experience. And I have to admit, I'm kind of disappointed in that. Now, me not having that experience is not Niantic's fault. It is not the Pokemon Company's fault. It is just the way things happen. And although I'm disappointed that didn't happen, I still had fun. I think there was one point where I went to turn in one of the field researches, which, by the way, those field researches were a joke. I loved that they were that easy. I loved that I got like 35 done just running around doing what I was going to be doing anyways. Earn a buddy candy through walking. Okay. Hatch an egg. Well, yeah. Spin 10 Pokestops. Catch 10 Pokemon. Well, no, I'm not going to go to Pokemon Go Fest and not try and catch Pokemon. Duh. So yeah, I got a ton of them. The reason I know it was 35 was because every field research in the park for Go Fest, all these Go Fest ones, were every quest reward was earning a rare candy. And who doesn't need more rare candy? Really? So I had a blast with that. I had a lot of fun running around. I thought it was really great. They had tons of giveaways at each of the 4 habitats, at each of the team lounges, and I mean, it's like every 30 minutes they're doing these giveaways, and I didn't win any of them. Okay. And they range from who's caught the most jinxes. Not me. I've caught like a dozen. It's not like I've never seen it before, but compared to a lot of these people who were already level 40 and have been for quite some time, I did ding 39 while there. Yes, I love that. I couldn't win that. They also had, make the most distance in a single trade, where both people making that trade, and they had to show on the screen before the trade was complete how far that distance was to win. Were winning. Most Magikarp candy. To live in a desert, not a lot of Magikarp. But they had some that were really easy. That, of course, I didn't qualify for. Or wasn't there for when they were doing it. That almost always have one for kids under 12 or 13. And things like who has the fattest Pikachu. I mean, nice, fun, cute, let's get everybody involved. Anybody could win, potentially. Not just the diehard players. So that was really nice. I liked that. And every time there was one of those, giveaway things and they'd announce it, and they've got, microphones and speakers and all that set up, so you could hear if you're anywhere near the area for it. They would remind people to drink water and where the water refilling stations were. I have nice big aluminum water bottle. I refilled this, I filled it before I went, and I refilled and emptied it 5 times while I was there. Water is your friend in that situation, which, given how much walking I've already told you I've done, I needed it. There were at least 4 food trucks together in 2 different zones, so 4 here, 4 over there. And when it got to be about noon, we're talking lines of at least 50 people, and that lasted until like 3, 4 o'clock at each food truck. So my plan of not leaving the park and just, paying extra to get food at one of the food trucks didn't happen, because I'm like, I'm too exhausted to wait in line. So that's my bad. Not blaming anybody for that. I had a lot of fun. I waited in line for meeting the YouTubers, who were awesome. And in fact, I went through a lot of their videos that they have posted about GoFest. And Trainer Tips, Mystic 7, Pokemon Master Holly. You can actually see me in all of them. You have to know where to look, but I'm there. And oh my goodness, were my kids excited when I'm like, oh, you want to see mommy on a YouTube video? There we are. I'm there. I had a great deal of fun. I'm planning on going again next year. Discussing it with a coworker of mine whose wife is really big into Pokemon Go. He has decided he wants to take his wife next year too, and their daughter, who I think is 4. Yeah, I think she's 4 right now. And them all going as a family, and I think that's awesome. My kids want to go with me next year. And so I'm trying to plan out how to manage doing it depending on how many of the kids want to come with me and stuff. But I really like the idea of doing it. I think that Niantic put it together really well, and I know that everybody who didn't go is kind of antsy for their Celebi. I have to admit, I haven't done anything with my Celebi. I haven't even fed him his candy to power him up because I don't know Celebi. I didn't play the other Pokemon games. I was forced to endure the TV show the first year it came out because my brother was big into it. And I, in fact, took him to see the first Pokemon movie. The one with Mewtwo. I don't remember its name, but it's the first one. And I play not because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Although my kids do enjoy and they'll watch the show. Normally not with me in the room though. I enjoy Pokemon Go. I enjoy getting out there and seeing rewards. Well, I see these rewards in game that show that I'm out there, that I am making distance, that I'm not sitting on my butt playing video games all day. And when you're trying to get in shape and work out your body and stuff, that can be really difficult because it's like, oh, I've been working out for a month and I don't see a difference. I actually have noticed a difference in the last like 3 or 4 months. I put on like 5 pounds. And then I realized I put on like 5 pounds of muscle. And it's not like just in my legs, although my legs definitely are far more muscular than they've ever been in my life. It's more of muscle all over, and when your muscles have atrophied as badly as mine have, because I was disabled for many, many years, and, well, I was disabled for about 5 years. 3 years I could hardly get up and walk. It was just so incredibly painful. And so I would save having to get up and move for when I had to, like, you know, going to the bathroom, getting something to eat. But I was trying to limit it as much as possible. And then 2 years ago, I'm all fixed and better. More fixed and better. But my muscles atrophied from lack of use. So it's like I'm gaining muscles in my back. I'm not working out my back. But they're starting to develop and stuff, and it's making me better. And it's making it easier for me to do things. But when your back is hurting because the muscles are developing, when your legs are hurting because the muscles are developing, it's really hard to go, should I continue doing this? Should I do it at this pace? I should probably ease off. I'm hurting. That's I'm going too far. But seeing that progress in the game, seeing yourself going, hey, I walked a mile today. I don't feel like it kicked my butt. And look, I hatched a Dratini out of an egg because I walked. I reached level 30 because I walked. You know, it can really make sticking to those kinds of regiments much easier. Well, I hope you guys find the information helpful, and hopefully I will see some of you go fest next year.